Well, what about dinosaurs in the Bible? Does it talk about dinosaurs in the Bible? Well, it doesn't use the word dinosaur. The word dinosaur was invented only about 160 years ago. But you know the Bible talks about a creature that sounds just like a dinosaur? When we look at the Bible in Job 40:15, it talks about a creature called Behemoth. It says, "Behold, now Behemoth, which I have made with thee." God is talking to a man named Job. He's saying, Job, look at this creature, Behemoth. So whatever this creature was, it lived with man. As we go on to read that verse, it talks about this creature has bones like iron, bones like steel. It's not scared of anything. It's a big animal. It walks upon the land. It says it has a tail like a cedar tree, and it's the chief of the ways of the Lord, or the mightiest creature ever created. Now, some people say, well, maybe this creature was an elephant or a hippopotamus. But wait a minute, the tail like that of a cedar tree? Have you guys ever seen the tail of a hippopotamus? Does that look like the tail of a cedar tree to you? That looks like a little stump, doesn't it? Well, what is one of the biggest animals today? An elephant. Look at his tail. Does that look like a cedar tree? No, it looks like a wimpy little bush, doesn't it, all right? Well, what is a cedar tree? Well, here's one in the United States. This is out in the state of California. Big, huge cedar tree. And the Bible's talking about the ones in the cedar trees of Lebanon, and they were also supposed to be very big, very huge. So we're not talking about something small, guys. We're talking about something very, very big. In fact, I believe this better describes the tail like that of a cedar tree. Not the wimpy little thing we find in an elephant, but something that must have been on some of these dinosaurs that we find in skeletons today. Also, it said it was a chief of the ways of the Lord. Well, when we look out in the world today, we find some big creatures like the blue whale. He's one of the largest creatures living today, but where does he live? He lives in the water. Behemoth lived upon the land. So Behemoth can't be a whale type creature. Well, what about dinosaurs? Look at Seismosaurus right here. Look how big he was. To give you an idea of the size, there's a kid on his back skateboarding. Now, an elephant is big, isn't it? When you and I are standing next to an elephant looks pretty big. But when you take that big elephant, put it next to a Seismosaurus or a dinosaur, he doesn't look so big anymore, doesn't he? Almost he looks wimpy in a way, doesn't he? So which do you think better describes the mightiest creature or the chief of the ways of the Lord? Do you think it was an elephant? See, I don't think that actually fits with what the Bible says. I believe, in fact, we were talking about a dinosaur-type creature. Probably kind of like this one right here, Apatosaurus, which we used to call Brontosaurus, but Brontosaurus was a mistake. They had put the wrong head on the wrong dinosaur.